Good morning, ladies. I'm so sorry that it's a day late. I've been a little under the weather and realized today the reason I've been under the weather is I haven't taken my medication in the last couple of days. So I've had no allergy meds, no cholesterol meds, no vitamin D. So anyway, sorry about that. I do apologize, but good morning. Welcome to week 4. Let's look at what we have to do this week. Here are this week's readings. When I click on action research, we see that we have Ephron and Ravid, chapter 6. Create 6 questions to measure understanding of the content from chapter 6 of the action research text. Use table 6.2 on page 140 to guide your question construction. And then you want to write a question measuring knowledge, one measuring comprehension, one application, one analysis, one synthesis, and one evaluation. And then answer one of your peers. So this needs to be in by Sunday so that your peers can respond to you. Rewatch Dr. Putnam's video about the Action Research Project located on the course assignment page. What makes sense now that was confusing before, and what do you need to remember as you work on this project? These are just guiding questions. There's nothing that needs to be submitted here, just for you to go back and reflect on where you were 4 weeks ago and where you are now. Do you have questions that you need to ask? Are you pretty good? What do you need to remember as you're working on your project? But nothing that's turned in here. Article review, it says number 3, but remember I exempted number 2, so it's actually number 2 will be turned in here. So I don't care if you call it 2 or 3, it doesn't really matter as long as it's turned in here. And then here's your turn in 5 and 6 that you may need to get your turned in report for me. Standards-based grading. We're going to be doing, now that you've read Marzano text, to begin your group work in earnest. Make plans for meeting, and I think all of you had plans for your next meeting. You had plans for your next agenda. You had plans for next steps. But you want to meet again to make progress on your project. Remember, it's due in week 9 for peer review. One person of your team will fill out the agenda just like you did last time and submit it to the discussion board forum, and then a different person will be filling out the agenda each time you meet. That's just to get everybody involved. I don't really care who does it. I don't care how your process is for your group, as long as it gets filled out and it gets turned in. One agenda with everybody's name on it. Here's the agenda. Here's the link for the copy. And then again, just like you did last time, you're going to do your collaboration unit. Fill out the rubric on yourself and each member of your group, and fill in the group's member's name in the box where it belongs. This is an assignment. I'm the only one who sees it. So if you have any concerns or anything that you need to point out to me, this is a really good time to do it as far as your group work goes. So those two should be familiar to you, not difficult at all for you to get completed, hopefully. When we go to measurement and assessment, you have chapter 2 from Miller, Lund, and Groland. After reading measurement and assessment and teaching chapter 2, create a symbol or a visual for each term below, and then explain why you chose a visual to help us understand each term. So this is kind of like a vocabulary alive assignment. So you've been reading about assessment, and this is real important for your standard-based grading project. Create a visual for each one of these words, and then tell us why you created a symbol or visual, what that means for these 13 words. I have exempted Marzano chapter 4 for this week. Not that you don't need to be looking at chapter 4, but just go back and take your time with it. You don't have to do anything with it, but please read it. Marzano is a great researcher. I'm sure you've heard his name before. If not, you hear it now. You need to know about him. You need to know about the things that he talks about with research and assessment. I just went to measuring assessment, sorry. Your clinical experience log template is here. Most of you have already gotten that and started working on it. Your entry log number 2 is due this week. Again, if you did not get any hours this week, that's fine, as long as you can get your 45 hours. But I do need you to at least turn in a statement that says I didn't get any new hours this week. I need something there that I can grade. And if you have that statement there for me, then I can go in and exempt it from the grade book. If I don't get anything, then I just assume you didn't do anything. So turn in your log with your new hours. Remember, it's just a continuation. You've got your old log hours, you're adding your new log hours, and then your new descriptions at the bottom. Then we go down to the condensed weeks. You read chapter 7 in Efron and Ravid, formative assessment-based grading, Marzano, chapters 5 and 6. And then you have some additional resources linked here. Chapter 7 of Efron and Ravid discussion board has been exempted, but chapter 7 has some really good information in it, and you need to read it and make sure that you can see how it can fit into your action research project, because it's just another one of those helps along the way to get you to where you need to be at the end. Then you have chapters 5 and 6 of Marzano. Complete the exercises in the text for chapters 5 and 6, and then complete these questions. Have you ever done student-led conferences before? Considered it? Would this form of progress tracking facilitate that process? And has your thinking about ways to grade changed? So read these chapters, think about how you grade, think about student-led conferences, think about these exercises in the chapters, and then answer these discussion board questions. And then you have your weekly devotion. So you only have one entry this week that has to have a peer response, and that one's the one that's due on Sunday night for your peer responses on Tuesday. I've had a couple people ask me to clarify about the peer responses. If it is a 20-point discussion board post and you want all fours on each part of the rubric, you want your full 20 points, then respond to a peer, even if it doesn't say to. If you don't care about that and don't care about getting that 3 in that one part of the rubric that says you responded to a peer, you don't have to. You only have to respond to the ones that say respond to a peer. The other ones are if you want full credit in that part of the rubric, but it's only the 20-point rubrics. The 4-point and 8-point ones, you do not have to respond to a peer. There's nothing on the rubric about it. I grade strictly by the rubric. So you can respond if you want to. I think it's great for your peers. It builds them up. It gives them advice. But as far as grading wise, you do not have to on those. So I hope that clears things up a little bit. Please continue to send me the questions, the text. I so appreciate when I have a group that is so involved and so concerned and so on top of things like you guys are. So I do appreciate that. I do apologize again for the day late on the video. Please forgive me. I probably look unmedicated as well as I feel it. So hopefully we'll all get things back in the right way to go. I think everybody's probably finished with school now. I hope you're home for the summer and enjoying it. And I will talk to you soon. So let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Have a great week, ladies.